man. Every Monday night, again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here live on Twitch. Another episode. Again, I asked and posed the question to the boys in the room. I was like, listen, who could beat Busta? In other conversations, that Carnival's crazy, but what could go against that? We ended up meshing those two conversations. We came up with tonight's battle. I still think it was a good, round for round. I mean, what do you guys think in terms of the music?
Yeah.
I think so too. I think
I thought it was fire, man. I want to say, because I didn't place my vote for the Bubble Goose, I went for So Hardcore, and it wasn't that I didn't love Bubble Goose. I've always been amazed by how quick the hood adapted to Bubble Goose. Like, everybody secretly loves that record. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the record, if you know anything about that album, everybody's like, yo, Bubble Goose, and it's just something about it. That's another version of the classy Brickwork. That's like a classy Newark interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out the Jersey. You're right. No, it's true. Listen, if it's one thing that Clef ever did is represent where he lives. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out his culture. He always shout out Haiti.
And shout out to my man Makami. Makami always reps Haiti. You know what I mean?
That's right. And if you know about the end of the Carnival album, he gets real heavy ethnic on it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the end of the Carnival. It's very, very dope. But we're off the clock at the moment. Like I said, I just want to give my vote. I am a huge The Carnival fan. Like that is one of my top 5. I put it in my top 5 because I just remember being so immersed in hip hop. And in '97, we talked about it. We didn't really get a chance to talk about it, but Scan, we could talk about it real quick right now.
Sure.
Everybody, as a matter of fact, how the sound was changing. And then he was introducing during a change. And it wasn't that he was changing because nobody was going to mimic what he was really doing. He was definitely like almost Black Eyed Peas in the sense of he's on his own shit.
Well, he's I don't mean to cut you off. My bad, Joe.
No, I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's the thing. He's a musician. You know what I'm saying? Like the same reason why people think he affected Cannabis's music career with all of his production. It was different for Wyclef. Wyclef knew exactly what to hit and how to hit. So his album, production-wise and instrumental-wise, it was just entirely, totally different. You know what I mean? The Busta album was like such a flip from that first album of his, from that first solo album or the first intro album, the Busta, that when he went to Disaster Strikes, that was like the opening of the Busta Rhymes everybody loves. That's why I feel like a lot of people look at this kind of sort of like, when that Disaster Strikes, and you'd be like, you're forgetting about The Coming, man. That's a classic album. So I think along what you're saying, man, in '97, for both of these albums to hit, it was definitely experienced in the midst of everything that we were getting in '96.
Oh, for sure.
You know what's crazy too? I think, to be honest, the Carnival was ahead of its time, right? Because if you ask me,
absolutely,
to me personally, right? Like if the Carnival came out now, it would shoot to the top. Because it has, to me, it has more of the elements that kind of represents what's currently going on right now with Afrobeats, like compa, especially compa it's very popular now. Like it's between that and Afrobeat, it's more acceptable, so to speak, now. And a lot of like the Caribbean-based music, I think, is even more acceptable now. So that album really reflects this moment now that we currently live in, and that's why I think the Carnival, it's a one of one that was ahead of its time. But with the Busta album, it's its own one of one, but it was more of a hip hop based one of one, because again, put your hands where eyes can see. It's a forever record that will never be denied ever. That record will never be denied. But in comparison to the Wyclef album, I think. And it's interesting. I think if you played the Wyclef, if you reintroduce the Wyclef album now to, I think, the younger kids now, I think they'd be really receptive because they have, I think, more things that they can relate to now with the current state of stuff, in my opinion.
There's a bit of everything on that album. I mean, Guantanamera is a forever record, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like that record Wyclef has always been great as far as crossing over the genres and being able to, like we said, Cruz, the Naval brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think that Guantanamera solidified his international. Like he already had his international.
Yes.
Like,
his international.
I can work with like Shakira's and other like that. Like it's kind of like he could do that because
what other hip hop artist you know is able to work with Celia Cruz? Like nobody.
That's worldwide.
It hasn't been done.
That's a worldwide thing. That's a worldwide.
It hasn't been done.
That's a worldwide thing, man.
It can't be done.
I was like taken back by that album. I worked at a record store at that time, which I feel, by the way, I bring it up every now and then when I can, because there are no record stores anymore. So when I get a chance to talk about, I used to work in a record store, I fucking brag about it because like nobody going forward will ever know what that's about.
There's record stores, man. Stop that.
No. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like I worked. It's just a different kind of, I don't know how to explain it.
And to add on to you real quick, Jules, I just read today that Best Buy's finally got rid of their music section.
Yeah,
this is what
finally got rid of the music section.
Like I worked in a record store and it was very corporate, but it was a record store. And I had my own section I had to take care of and all types of shit. But I got to be lucky with that. I mean, that's how we got tickets to the Smokin' Grooves concert because I used to work at a record store, ticket master in it. And that concert was insane. I think that might have been the concert that really made me look at like Clef like oh snap, like he's crazy. Because again, he went after Busta. That doesn't change the story, right? He still went on after Busta. But like, I believe it was just like him, a guitar, and a DJ, how it starts, and then it builds up into like this whole show.
Yeah. Oh, his live like crazy.
His live
his live shows are insane. I just seen him like I think I just seen him last year at a park out here in the island.
There you go. So like just imagine 97 him. You know what I'm saying? It was insane. I was like, he came with an acoustic guitar too. It was like, what?
And think about that. Live bands are common in hip hop now. Now everybody in hip hop pretty much when they do a live show, they have a live band most of the time now.
Or be able to take their records to turn it into a live band.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He ended up again going after Busta, but then after him, Cypress Hill in '97. Well, no, it might have been '98 when the tour was going on. Pardon me. So Cypress Hill '98. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's that's the first album. That's Black Sunday. Maybe at that point, the third album coming out or already out. They are fucking fire.
That tour was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
missed Gangstar and Black Eyed Peas because we got there late. And I heard Maya was even open. Premier said that Maya was like the opener, like young Maya, like let her open while people are basically parking their cars and shit. But
yeah, 101, man.
Hey, dudes.
Oh, the BUSTA album, real quick. I just want to mention. I remember who is it that Jules that worked at the guy who's in Flatliners that worked at damn it.
I don't remember his name. I remember the guy. He was in Flatliners. I can't remember his name.
He's in Flatliners. He worked at Hot Wires.
Yeah, I think it might be Randy or something like that.
But I remember, man. It was him, DJ Sage, and I think ROCKWILDER came to the store later, and they was like, "Yo, this record with Erykah Badu." They were going ballistic when they played.
Because ROCKWILDER did the beat.
But I mean, they were just going crazy. They kept like, "Yo, I can't Eric like." And I remember hearing that shit in the store when that record came out. I was just like,
I'm not gonna lie. Listen,
gosh.
I'm gonna say something about that record real quick, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest ROCKWILDER fan. I'm not saying he's whack because he's definitely got some under his belt.
Sure.
But like he has a certain sound that I'm not crazy about. That record I like a lot. I like it a lot too. Not to this, I mean, maybe not to the extent that they were talking about like, yo, my man, can't wait till my man get on. But like, even though that was his man's own beat. But
that was old ROCKWILDER though, because if you listen to even ROCKWILDER, right, in between when he did All City, you hear it's MPC 3000 and filters and samples versus like later ROCKWILDER, which is more synthy.
He did stuff for All City too?
More stuff like that. Yeah. He did stuff. He did All City.
I'll be honest, all I know about All City is the Premier and Pete Rock joint.
Shout out to ROCKWILDER. I remember going to the Def Squad holiday party, and I'm sitting there chilling, and my man who I was doing basketball coaching with, he was like, "Yo, you had a chance to meet ROCKWILDER?" I was like, "No, actually, I haven't had a chance." He's like, "That's my cousin. I'm gonna get the hell out of here." And I had a chance to actually sit back and kick with him for a minute. So he's a real cool dude, man. A lot.
Nah, he's definitely, he goes down in the books too.